just had to make a dessert toast for these two fabulous people. You may wonder how George got to be such a fabulous cook. Well, my sister Sally and I actually fed him mud pies when he was a child, and he ate them. But then he progressed. He began eating Trix cereal, which was, of course, very sweet. He ate it until he was about 17. Still does. But I think the thing that may have made his career was the night that our wonderful mother made his favorite dessert, which was chocolate pudding. And she put the pudding out on this porch that we had attached to our house. All the cooling foods and stuff went out there. And so she asked George to please rise and go out and get the pudding. And all of a sudden we hear this, "Oh, was it on the floor?" And guess whose tennis shoe marked the chocolate pudding? And George didn't care as much about his shoe. He said that we couldn't eat the pudding that night. Anyway, from then on,
keep your cups away.
Sorry, George. It was all uphill or downhill, whatever you look at as the positive. We are just so happy to have a real sweetheart in our family, and can't thank them enough for being here. And it's great to meet you all. And have a great dessert.
Okay, it's my turn. I am so glad that this is what they call a farm to table dinner. You guys have just experienced a farm to table dinner. They don't do it around here, they do it other places, but we wanted you to be part of something very special, and I think it was very special.
Indeed.
I am so glad that my mom who's enjoying her dessert. I am so glad that my mom could be here. I won't say her age, but it has an 8 in it. Wait, it has 2 8s in it. We couldn't have done it without you, Mom. You started this whole thing off. My Aunt Sally, my favorite aunt, absolutely my favorite aunt. She called me her favorite nephew, and I'm not sure if she did that for everybody else. I think she did. But she's my wisest aunt too. If Google ever breaks down, call Aunt Sally, because Aunt Sally will know the answer to the question. Thanks to all the Strappin people, all the people, the nephews, nieces, sisters, brothers-in-law. I mean, it's just this. Okay.
Are you giving him your life down? Cheers.
And no, I'm not done yet. And I'm glad my daughter Lauren could be here with Chris. I thank all the friends. Scott Coleman, his exquisite taste on this wine. Scott, we couldn't have done that.
Sorry, I should be standing.
So, Susie and I were talking a couple weeks ago, and we were saying, Susie was saying, I wish you would have known my mom. And I do wish I would have known your mom. And I said, I wish you would have known my dad. I wish you would have known Dr. Mayhew. He was an extremely cool guy. Nobody didn't like Dr. Mayhew. He was a kind man, a gentle man, a very giving man. He would make you feel better before he ever dispensed any kind of drugs. He was a very generous man. He did a lot of things pro bono and for trade. He brought all kinds of things, were brought home because the guys couldn't pay their bill. And he was just a fantastic guy. Just reminded me of this place. He was a country doctor. He had his bag. He had his houndstooth hat. His shoes were impeccably polished at all times. He was just an absolutely perfect gentleman that everybody loved. And when I was about Sarah's age, when I was about 13, somebody came up to me and said, one of his patients, and she put her finger in my face, and she goes, "I want to tell you something, young man. I want to tell you something. Your father is a saint. The man is a saint." And I didn't quite know how to take that. And I remembered the Baltimore Catechism. I knew that was a really good thing. And I never forgot it. I've always been trying to live up to it. I'm doing my best. And all I can say is, one thing I was able to do, and it took me 58 years, I managed to marry somebody with those same qualities. finished with that, but I
Bravo! Okay, so unlike this sentiment, beautiful toast, I wrote a rap. So if I could have the percussionist, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't write a rap. I'm not a rapper, but I did write a toast and I left it on the bus. But it is titled. I think it's titled "No One Else But George."
let me go to the bus.
Take a quick run, but the air's not on. But no one else in my whole life has made me feel so loved as George made me. And I have never been happier in my whole life. And I know you all know this because everyone tells me all the time, you just seem so happy and everything's so great. And it is. And we're so blessed to have everyone here tonight. Chip, you win the furthest distance, so pick up your trophy on the way home. He came from France, so he wins. And I just want to acknowledge a few of my friends who I've known since I was about 13, 14 years old. My girlfriends, Sheila, Laura, and Laurie. And you guys have all met them, and I'm so happy to have them here. And Scott and Sherry, and Cindy and Jim, and Jason, and Sheila, everybody who is here tonight means so much to us. And we're just thrilled to have you here. And if we could have had it cooler, we would have. Beautiful. But it's all good, and we hope you had a great time. And one thing you are allowed to do, and we encourage you to do, is take your dessert with you up to the lake, which we will be walking up there for a little sunset dessert. And but bring back the silverware. When you come back, we're going to go up there. And anything else? Am I forgetting any? I know I'm forgetting something.
Just one thing.
Oh gosh, of course. Wait, stop, Carrie.
I want to salute. There he goes. He's sneaking out.
Back here.
Kerry McDowell is. We were so lucky to have him. He's unquestionably one of the best chefs in St. Louis. A friend of mine, he totally gets it. Ann Lipton, who owns this farm, was gracious enough to let us do this. She's an incredible person, and everybody did such a great job tonight. It is just beautiful. When everybody walked around that corner and saw what was going on here, it took everybody's breath away. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys.
My turn.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. I remember March 30th, 1960. Betty was going to the hospital. For years I had asked for a brother or a dog. She went to the hospital and came home with my fourth sister, Susie. And she proved to be the charm, the wit, the delight. She possesses the humor of my father, the joie de vivre of my mother, and was very discerning as far as her choices. And George, I am delighted to welcome you as a brother. I've been asking for years, and I have a few others, and I am delighted to welcome you to that fraternity. So welcome, George.
Good job, man. Nice you did. Good job.
Good job.
All right. I'm going to the lake.
So anyway, we're free to mill about the cabin.
Are we supposed to take this?
If you would like to,
Take it
we
if
don't
you
have
want.
to. Only whenever you're ready.
Walking to the lake for dessert.
Oh, they were out. 50 seconds.
And there are 4 or 5 of us that kind of have like a deviled egg football every 4th of July, and it's so much fun.
Dijon mustard is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At your age.
I really love to try to keep it safe. I don't wear it and stuff like this.
Oh,
I don't wear it.
Do they taste the same?
I'll wear it so well, and also like it's usually covered up with a sleeve or a jacket, you know, at nice functions.
I'm taking a picture of you, Tom.
I'm taking a picture of you taking a picture of me.
Oh, you okay?
There's a hole.
Oh.
Can we go get horses? No.
Somebody camping out here? Honey.
And then I did ultimately graduate from the zoo, though.
Did you have relatives over there?
I couldn't ever find them because they were living in a very secluded village. We tried to get through there, but I didn't speak the language well enough to get somebody to help us get there. So we tried like 4 times.